ready for Saturday. I'd rather play than practice. The first time I feel that Laker energy, that I grew up watching, watching them in the playoffs. I'm excited to see how, the energy that's going to be in the building.
JJ challenged you guys a couple weeks ago to kind of shift into playoff mode already. Do you feel like that helped you get through the end of the regular season and make this week a chance to kind of stay in that locked in mentally, even if you're not playing the game?
For sure. Coach did a good job of getting us ready, like you said, but just the details. It was more about the details, paying attention to what we're trying to get done offensively and defensively, and that what can give you the win in the playoffs. Each game different. Everybody gonna play a game and make some adjustments, and that's the details, like I said. So we started probably 2 weeks ago. And our captains, double down on it. LeBron and Luka, so everybody followed.
Do you have any playoff superstitions or anything that you do away from the court that's different than you would do in the regular season?
Yeah, no. And I try to probably listen to more slow music because I'll be a little bit too hyped.
What are some of the artists?
Anita Baker. I like to go older. Depends on the vibes. Anita Baker. Carl Thomas, The Summer Rain, Encore from Cheryl. My playlist is nice with it.
You just mentioned feeling that Laker energy in the playoffs. What do you expect to be different about it, specific?
I know, the playoffs are different, obviously, but it's just every possession matters. Playing in the playoffs, and our fans are always engaged. So I can only imagine how it's going to be in the playoffs. And just talking to AR and Vando, they talk about their run they made and how it was linked in the building. So I just want to see for myself.
You said that your captains double down on these guys. What do you mean? What double down?
Bron and Luka just telling us how important those games was. We need to have a playoff approach. And that's every possession matters. Can't have those limbo possessions where we barely getting back on defense. All them possessions matter, especially when you're trying to do something special.
How important is it for that kind of vocal leadership, and then also how have you felt the energy kind of intensifying, ramping up as you guys kind of count down the days to, or is it kind of been locked in?
Yeah, it's just been locked in. Focusing on their player personnel, what they want to do. They got a great team. They've been playing real good the last. I think Coach said it was 21-4, something like that, finishing the season. So they probably one of the best teams, end of the year. So it's gonna be a tough battle. We're excited.
We've seen a certain amount of increase in the kind of court screen action in Luka. Do you remember doing a decent amount of that in Dallas, or has it been something that was been intentional with certain sets?
Whenever I had the opportunity, I would do it in Dallas, but it's usually with big men in drops, and usually they're not in drops. I'm popping when they're in drops, so I was able to get a couple Gortat screens because it was a man-to-man. He drove my direction, and I just, the basketball instinct just kicked in and tried to get my guy his layup. So, it's available for, when the floor is spaced the right way. It's available, but it's a wrinkle you put in for a drop coverage.
Minnesota does do.
They do a little bit of both because they got Rudy back there. He's big as hell, so keeping them close to the rim is an advantage.
Every situation where remember as a player, good when he told you and good when they interchange, and then you get a switch, and he finds a deep corner three. How is it been for you in terms of difference between him and Luka?
Man, it just he know. It seems like he know what's gonna happen before it happens. And it's been certain time out where these coaches say a play, he say I'm gonna go back door, the lob gonna be open. And most of the times the lob be open, or he'll tell me he'll be open for the slip, and he definitely be open for the slip. So you wanna do what he say, cause sometimes I may benefit from it and get a wide open corner three like you say. So just have somebody who can be another coach on the court, alongside with Luka, who I've been on the court with for a while. It's amazing, You know, sometimes in the game, you know, they quarterbacking. You know, they're not even talking to JJ. They just, you know, getting us in sets and getting us, you know, in the right spots in the court. So it's been amazing playing with them.
What's it like playing with Luka in the playoffs?
Oh man, it's exciting. You know, I already know bro's gonna come with the juice. He love the moment. You know, knowing him, you know, you probably gotta calm him down too, because he's gonna be barking. Everybody's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting.
Dorian, you've been with this team for a little over 4 months. Yeah, I think in some circumstances, chemistry and stuff like that may be questioned, but it feels like, does it feel that way? Like, do you feel like you guys have been through a lot, even though it's been a short amount of time?
For sure. Just with the injury, just the communication amongst each other. I feel like we did a good job of trying to gel as best as we could in a little bit of time that we had. We got easygoing guys, man. I always say Luka, a low maintenance superstar. He don't ask for much, and Brian being who he is, easygoing guy. And, you know, they gel well. So, you know, AR he talks a lot of shit that people don't know, but you know, I like him too. So it is what it is.
You talked about Luka barking during the playoffs. Is Luka's on-court and off-court demeanor very different?
If he close with you, it's the same. But if you don't know him much, you know, he's smiling a lot off the court. And then on the court, he kind of talking a lot of trash to the bench or whoever fan he pick out that's yelling at him. But it's exciting, man. You know, he brings an excitement to the game and make unbelievable passes. You know, he'd be looking like last game, the Houston game. I cut thinking he's not gonna throw the ball to me. He throw it my direction, and he's like, "What you think I didn't see you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm sorry.
Thanks, Go.
That means time to go, huh? I apologize.